Okay, I found my beads. So again, I've got a double thread, and from the top of my jingle gem, I'm just going to go through that top corner. I'm just going to do a couple of stitches to make sure that's nice and secure. And then I'm just going to thread my beads on, and I literally just... Now, if you've got beading wire, you could do this with beading wire. However, I'm not quite sure how easy it would be to stitch the string of beads on using beading wire, but it probably would be stronger. I don't intend to have anybody hanging off this, so literally just threading the beads on, and I'm just literally popping them on from the little tray that I'm using onto my needle. I don't have beading needles, so these are quite big, well, big-ish beads. They're not those little seed ones. These are slightly bigger than a seed beads. I can't remember what they're called. They're not called seed beads, are they? Don't they? It might be. But these are sort of slightly larger. And it depends on how long you want your little hanging loop. Like I say, you could use ribbon if you wanted to, rather than beads. If you don't have beads and you do have ribbon, then use what you've got. Don't be going out and buying stuff just for this, because this is a Christmas thing once a year. It doesn't need to be, you don't need to be spending a small fortune on it. I've actually made up a whole load of these that I'm going to put in a bowl on my Christmas table, because I thought they just look really cool because they're just a bit different. So you don't need to necessarily do them hanging. You can use them for other things if you want to. So yeah, I think that's about enough. And let me just measure that. It's about 4 inches. So once it's turned over, that's going to be big enough to hang my decoration on. So I'm just going to hold the beads onto the thread. And again, I'm just going to go through that top corner, that top angled part of my jingle gem, and just stitch it in place, just secure it in place by doing perhaps 2 or 3 stitches and then going through the loop just to make sure that it's all nice and secure. So I'm just going to go through the loop. Again, I'm using a self-coloured thread, so I'm using a thread that matches the fabric that I'm stitching into. Trim off the ends, and there we have a very pretty little hanging loop. And there we are. That's our jingle gems. Now you can be as creative as you want. You can use whatever fabrics you want. I wouldn't advise using anything really thick, and things that fray a lot, probably not the ideal thing to do. I actually think these would look really cool in Harris tweed. I'm not going to try it, but I just think they would look really cool in Harris tweed if you happen to be that sort of way inclined, if you're a Harris tweed person. But yeah, I mean, mine now sits, it's about 30 inches long from top to bottom, and they're just lovely. So there we go. Jingle gems. Aren't they beautiful? And you can customise this to suit your needs really, really easily. So there we go. That's that.